Okay, on to part 2 of the weather folder. You've just turned in your rain project, so let's take a look at the next textbook lesson. Open link in a new tab. You're to log in. If you happen to have already logged in that day, you don't have to log into the science textbook again. But if you didn't, then you should log in again. You type in the username and password, student5, student5. Log in. And then, once it knows you're you, go back to Moodle and click Next. Click on the buttons in this order, the weather folder, the play button next to lesson 4. So we're already in the weather folder. Now let's click the play button next to 4. You're going to watch this lesson, and then you see the question at the bottom, so you can be ready to answer it in the next part of this. So once this is done, you're moving on and listening to all 10 slides. And then at the end, you click How do changes in air pressure help meteorologists predict the weather? Click. You have a spot right here to submit your answer. Do a good job. Use the information from the lesson because this is graded. Click Submit. And then it'll send me a notification so I can grade it for you. Go back to your list after you've checked out Unit 3, Lesson 4. Move on to Real World Science, Weather and Climate. It says, you will need to take notes during this video and you'll need to submit the notes as a grade. Oh, remember I talked about that in the first video. This is the first time that your notes will be used as a grade. You can download the notes here. They're at the bottom labeled Weather Video Note Taking. So you right-click, open in a new tab. Let's find Weather Video Note Taking right here. Click on it. Okay. So you could do this one of two ways, really. You could take notes directly on the screen. You got to click Enable Editing. And as you find something in the video you like, you press pause on the video and you come back to the notes and you type in what matches up. So what does weather or meteorologists do? And then you type in your notes. You could do it that way. Or you could copy this down on a piece of paper and do it on a piece of paper. But you'd have to either take a photograph of that paper or have a scanner to send it back to me because this is worth a grade. It's a bit of a, it's a big grade because it's a lot to cover on here. So you can either do it on a piece of paper or do it on the screen. That one's up to you. And you can just go back and forth between the video and the notes. There is a pause button, so when you find something good to write down, you can press pause. Go back here, go back here. Okay, so you've downloaded the notes. Let's press Next. If you do not log in using the view portal, you can log in like this. Right-click, open in a new tab. You're logging into Safari Montage. You're going to use the same login you used to get into Moodle or to get into Odyssey to be able to get into Safari Montage. Log in. Let's try again. If not, I'll just use a different login. There we go. Perfect. Once you're in, go back. Come on, my friend. There we go. You go back and press Next. Now, Safari Montage knows you are who you say you are.
Hi, I'm Cassie. Welcome.
Remember, you can click right here to make it much larger and easier. And as you listen to the video,
Welcome to Real World Science.
Real World Science.
you can pause it to take notes. You can press Escape to make it smaller and go back to your note-taking device, which is right here. So that's how you're going to be able to go back and forth. Remember, keep that in front of you so you know what you're looking for. Once you're done with the video, click Next. It says, remember that you'll be expected to turn in your notes in the next assignment. If you need to go back to any parts of the movie, click the button below to go back. So I let you go back if you missed something. Then you click Done. After that, it says Submit Weather Video Notes. Right-click, open in a new tab, submit a copy of your weather notes below. That's easy. You've done that before. You just add the file on there, and then you save it. After that, forming precipitation. Remember, that's one of the things you need to be able to do to know you're successful in this folder. So right-click, open in the new tab. You're going to, ooh, cool. All right, it says, click the play button to watch the lessons on how precipitation forms. The speaker pauses frequently throughout his talk. Don't worry and don't click ahead. So if he stops talking for a second, don't think he's done. He just takes a lot of pauses for some reason. When you're done, you'll be asked to submit an explanation of how rain, snow, and hail are formed. This can be typed out or submitted in a video. If you want to learn how to make videos like the one I'm making right now, let me know and I can show you. Or I can send you an instructional video of how to make an instructional video on how to make a video. Tip, speak simply, make your explanations easy so all ages can understand the concept. Click here if you want to view the website in a separate window. Remember, to get a grade on this assignment, you'll be asked to post a comment on someone else's post too. You can critique that person's explanation politely. So other people are going to put their posts on here too, how rain is formed, how snow is formed. And I want you to kind of listen to their explanation if it was a video, or read it and see if it's simple, clear, but also correct. Also, if you do a good job and make good videos, I can use that video next year when I'm making more courses. So keep that in mind. Come down here. You have to use this little scroll bar to scroll. And then here's the play button I was talking about. Ooh. It's taking a second. It does require you to be patient because it takes a second. I think I have to click play.
When water evaporates from Earth's surface, water molecules escape into the air in the form of water vapor.
See the pause?
Tiny particles in the atmosphere provide a surface on which water vapor...
All right, well, once you're done, you can add your post, add a new discussion topic down here, and explain how rain, snow, and hail are formed, okay? Also, you reply to someone else's post. Go back to your list, and you've got one more, and then we'll take a break. Thermometer Games, open in a new tab. All right, practice. Click here if you want to see it in another window. Click Celsius. Click and drag the items into where you think they go on the thermometer. Do as many as you can. Then click Fahrenheit and try to place the items next to the Fahrenheit readings. So Celsius. And then how hot or cold is it on Mars? Mars is a little bit close to the sun. So here? No. Some of these are very difficult. So when you're done, you can do new game, or you can click Fahrenheit and see how it changes. So 100 degrees Celsius is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And try, if you use Fahrenheit, see if you can get more done. Then when you're done with this game, you click Next. Interactive thermometer. Find the coldest temperature of hot coffee in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. Okay. Come down here. Use this. So you're supposed to move this. So 15 degrees Celsius is a cool day. We want to find the coldest temperature of hot coffee. So hot coffee is way up here. You move this until you find hot coffee. Oh, there's hot coffee. But 70 degrees Celsius isn't the coldest. We need to find the coldest. So you keep dragging down until you find the coldest. And I'm not going to show you the right answer, but you slowly drag it down until you find how it's still hot coffee, but it's the least hot coffee and what temperature that is. Find the coldest temperature of hot coffee in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. Copy that down on a piece of paper because you might have to submit it. Let's click and see if you do. Find the coldest temperature of hot coffee in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. You're going to submit it here, put it down correctly, and then click Submit. And then I grade it, and you'll find out how you do. That's all for now. There'll be a new video sitting right here. Remember, you are turning in your notes, you're posting a discussion, and you're playing a couple games. If you need any help, please let me know. Good luck.